Hello everyone, I am the TCG Gimmick, and I know this looks a little bit different from the content I would normally make on this account, but hear me out. Yes, this is technically my card game account, which would usually be pack openings and stuff like that, but this has also been the account that has been receiving actual views as of recently, and so I want to try to capitalize on that by restarting my own actual Master Duel Masochist series. Look, I know, it's kind of like beating a dead horse at this point in time for how many people are doing it, but it's so much fun. It is a ridiculous amount of fun. I absolutely love doing it. There's a better chance that I do it on this account versus my Gimmick Quattro account, which I'm running my Dueling Through the Ages content on, and my IRL Masochist content on, which really should be swapped, but whatever. Which I might drop the IRL one. It's becoming a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be to actually run that account with the amount of difficulty is to get UR or like crafting materials. So I might just end up dropping the account, the series. So, but anyways, this is a legit actual masochist account, and well, originally this was going to be an Earth Machine related account in which I was going to use a bunch of different Earth Machine decks to try to go up on the ladder, and I decided to scrap it. I actually had a pretty good Infinitrack deck going, but I scrapped it. I deleted every single card on the account that could be deleted, and so we're practically starting fresh, and I'm glad I didn't really burn through any gems, so I got plenty of gems on the account. If you guys have been living underneath a rock for the last, 2 years now, or something like that, here's how a masochist series works. There's might be a couple of different variations depending on who you talk to. For like rulings wise, everybody sometimes has like their own like mini rules involved with it. I'm going to try to keep this as plain Jane simple as possible. Simo's pretty close to Simo's original rules with something slightly different for mine. So the original rules are you open up 8 master packs, because 8 master packs equals a 40 card deck. If you get any single extra deck monster, you have to open up an additional pack, because then you cannot make a perfect 40 card deck. If you happen to open up, I believe there's another additional amount of extra deck monster that if you open up more, then you would have to, it would have to be 8 extra deck monsters in total. You would have to then get another master pack, so it's extremely hard to do that. So you're actually looking at closer to 9 packs is what you would be opening up, and you would build a deck out of those 9 packs and go from there. Now, probably going to fall more in line of just doing 10 master packs for the first go around. The additional pack is nothing crazy, and it's just a little bit easier to do things that way. So we're going to start off the account using 10 master pack, which will get you, wait, I'm sorry, I lied. You'd open up 5 master packs because 8 cards per pack. And then if you get, it'd be 6. No, we're going with the original. We're going with Simo's actual crazy masochist idea. We are going to be opening up 5 master packs if we get any single extra deck monster, or we'd end up additional 1 more master pack. So let's do the opening while I work on the rest of it. If you get any type of win, what I'm going to count, any type of win on the ladder gets you 1 additional master pack to open up and add those cards into your collection. Legacy packs are completely fair game, I believe is the rule. That there really is no restriction on legacy packs, which I currently have 20 legacy packs. I'm not going to open up all 20 to start with. I'll probably open up like 2 legacy packs per additional like win, and just stick it at that for now. The additional rule I'm going to have over top of other people is that for my first 4 wins, I will actually gain access to one of the free packs that you get. They're free, like the new secret packs where you get like 1 free pack. This is pack number 2. I'll be opening up each one of those free packs in instead of a master pack. Just because it's a little extra power, I know, but it's nothing insane. Like, you got some consistency cards within each other, but it's not so much the point in which it's, like, really gonna overly help me. Plus, I think it's kind of cool. So far, we haven't seen anything super great. Goki the Giant Ogre does mean that we got to open up pack number 6, but there currently really hasn't been too much to talk about. We will go into pack number 3. Also, if we get a Royal Rare, then I will be allowing myself to open up one pack in which that Royal Rare opens up. If the Royal Rare, and this can happen, does not open up a pack, then I will just open up one additional master pack. You know, the Yubel stuff is not terrible if we actually get the other Yubels. Otherwise, this card is... I can't even summon this without the other Yubels. Melfi's. Would love to see Melfi stuff. And happening to get Melfi alongside of the Tri-Brigade is interesting as long as we can keep pulling more stuff like that. If we pay close enough attention, we could end up getting a semi-decent Winged Beast package, I guess it. Like Beast, Winged Beast Warrior type monsters would be like the things I'd maybe look for. As of right now, this is pack number 4, I believe. I'll have to go look. Honestly, backup supervisor is not just a generic link 2, which is always helpful, and backup secretary is a free special summon with any type of cyber stuff, so we got to look out for more cyber. Senko, the Skybolt Star is pretty good because he's a free special summon. Any type of free special summon is huge. I believe this is pack number 5, but I will take a look, and in a minute, I might dip out, put the card inside of a deck, see how it goes. You know what? Link and Infraflyer is also really good. It's another just special summon to a Link Zone to continue on with Link plays. And Delingerous Dragon, not a generic Link 2, but like generic enough. So I believe that was pack number 4 or 5. I'll be right back because I lost track. I'm going to go through cards inside of the deck real fast, and then I will come back and tell you guys how many more we have left to go. Alright, sorry about that. So I have 32 cards in the main deck, 8 cards in the extra deck. So technically it is one more pack, but if I do pull any other extra deck card, it is 2 packs more from this point on. Because then I wouldn't be have enough to make a full deck. So haven't really seen too much in the SRUR, which is fine. A lot of the N-rated stuff is probably more or less what you're looking for. So we do have an additional extra deck monster, which means we do open up an additional pack. AI meets you, reveal one Cyberse monster with 2300 attack in your hand or extra deck, and add one Ignister monster for the same attribute from your deck to your hand. This would be fine if we had some more out Ignister stuff, which we have none. The Red Sparrow Summoner is actually can be fairly good with some small swarming stuff. Obviously, Megalo Smasher is the best card we've received so far, with a huge beast in body. Our last pack, unless we happen to get a crap ton of extra deck stuff. But the deck looks atrocious, by the way. I don't know how we're going to even pick up one win. Not looking forward to this one. Now, this pack is helpful only in regards of we had a lot of spell and trap cards. So getting all monsters can be extremely helpful. Also, Plague Splitter Zombie is ironically really good if we can actually do something with it. Sonic Warrior for some level 2 beat. Let's go finish up the deck, and actually I will open up a couple of the legacy packs that we have here now, just so we can give a little bit of extra at the very beginning here. You know, we'll open up 10. Yeah, we'll open up 10 legacy packs to start this off, and then we'll open up the next 10 after we got like 5 wins. I think that's what's going to be fair. It'll give us at least some options to get a little bit better of a deck, since our deck really is just that atrocious. But none of these cards are so overpowered that we could typically get that I feel bad about doing it. Link Hole actually might be an option. Destiny Hero Despair is something. I have no idea why I'm doing these individually. Oh, I'm also allowing myself to have one poly for free, just because the odds of you pulling a poly are like super low. And if we happen to have anything that we can actually properly fuse, it would be nice to have a polymerization. So there's always going to be one free copy available to us. Nothing really too standoutish from the looks of it in any of these packs. Some like smaller stuff if we actually run into anything that's usable with it. But that's really it. Alright, last pack. Getting a UR, which is quite nice because there are some strong URs. That's not one of the ones I was thinking of, but it's not terrible either. Alright, I'm gonna go monkey around with building a deck, and I will be back here soon. I'm back, and this deck is awful. I'm really glad I opened up the legacy packs because it helped out a ton. This deck, as you can tell, is very monster heavy, but almost every single card in the deck does something. It has some, at least for the spell and trap, it does something with something. Let's talk about the so-called spells and traps first before we kind of go through the monster lineup. First, we have Thousand. Increase the original attack and offense of all face-up level 2 normal monsters except tokens on your side of the field by 1,000. Destroy a level 2 normal monster in your field during the end phase of this turn. We only have one normal level 2, but it is one, and it's Melfi Rabby. Technically speaking, if we got attacked, we could buff up the defense of him to 31,000. It's not great. Oh, that's a normal. I can't even quick play that. It's got to be done on my turn. Terrible card. Anyways, I can make Melfi Rabby gain 1,000 attack and just, there you go. This one, simple card. Equipped only to a normal summon or set monster. Gains 1,000 attack. You take no battle damage from battles involving it. Perfectly good card. Just 1,000 attack point boost. My best option is to put it on Megalo Smasher X, who already the 2,000 beater, bring it up to a cool 3,000 super easy. We also have other things like the Takaraminas, whatever, who could become a 25 very easily, and Feral Imp, who could become 23. Technically, Melfi Rabby could go all the way up to 2,000, and then it'll get destroyed. There's a few other options here. Xavier Urs could become a 26, and that would be extremely huge, because he has an okay effect that if we need it to run into some things. This card is super useless to us. Why am I even playing it? Cliff could become 25. You get the point. Pineapple Blast is actually just a really simple card. I normal summon monster, and my opponent controls more monsters. I flip this bad boy up. My opponent must destroy monsters equal to the amount of monsters that I control. And they choose it. Pretty simple. Linger of Destruction. Activate only a turn. Destroy a defense position monster your opponent controls. Select one level 8 monster you control during this turn. That select monster can attack twice. Very rarely am I going to attack and destroy a defense position monster. It could happen, and I do have a level 8 as a target, and it is Kaiser C. Snake, which, by the way, is a very good card as a special summon to the field. Dark Horizon doesn't actually do anything for us. I guess I'll put you in. You're not great, but whatever. You can become a 2K. Oh, I looked over this one entirely. This one's also not useful to us. I've literally been, if I can't find a card is not useful for its effect, I've been putting in any decent normal monster that I can. And Volcanic Inferno. We do not have any Volcanics, but we do have one Pyro type monster, which can be banished and can burn the opponent for 500 points of damage. And so for that, it is technically worth running. And the target is in Inari Fire, which, if I control a spellcaster type monster, I can special summon this card from my hand. I have several spellcasters in the deck, including the Red Sparrow Summoner. Red Sparrow Summoner, if this gets destroyed, lets me special summon one warrior type monster with 15 or less attack from the deck in attack position. And the main target, I believe, and the only target, is Destiny Hero Departed. There might be something else in here that I'm missing, but that's like the main key that I have. Oh, and Sonic Warrior is also a target. So we have 2 targets for it, which is fine. The rest of the cards we have in here is White Lord, which does basically nothing for us. Destiny Hero Departed is an okay card because it can be summoned to my opponent's side of the field, which gives me something as a target to run over if I just have to do the last little bit of damage to my opponent to win. So it could come up. Gilliam, which is a level 2 tuner, which is really nice. We also looked over Plague Spreader. We know how good Plague Spreader is, also a level 2 tuner as well, which can come into play. We have ourselves Power Supplier, which can boost one monster by 400 attack. That's just pretty good. Sonic Warrior, all level 2 or lower monster you control gain 500 attack, which we have a good number of level 2 and lower monsters, and that's just an okay boot. Link Infra, we already know why it's in here. It's just a free special summon for Link stuff. This guy's just a body. This is just for Link plays if we ever get there. Harpy Queen is a body, but she's a winged beast, and that had some type of play, but I don't remember why I cared the fact that she was a winged. Yeah, Blackwing's Revenge. When a winged beast monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon 2 Blackwing Crest tokens. This is a winged beast, so that triggers that trap. X-Saber Urz is not bad, 1600 on a level 4. That can destroy, tribute this card, return this 3 card to the top of the owner's deck. If it's not a very good card, it can kind of keep them from getting better resources. Boombox can make double attack. That, with this, makes him a 22 that can attack twice. Isn't terrible. This is a good card. This can have the attack of an opponent's monster. A lot of these are just bodies. This is technically a special summon, but it's not great. What it does afterwards, this is a special summon if my opponent controls spell and trap cards, so it's not terrible either. Phantom Leo is terrible, but it's not. I don't have any other better options. This is a special summon with Earth monsters. We have plenty of those. This guy's also special summon by shuffling. Oh, this guy I cannot special summon, but I don't have any other better bodies. Plus a 26 that I could technically tribute summon and buff is not terrible. This is special summon. This is not great, but it's there. And this is terrible, but I don't think I have any really better option. This is a better option. Okay. And this is okay. Not for its normal monster effect, but for its pendulum effect. When a defense position monster is targeted for attack, you can change it to face up attack position. Also, it cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. Just free protection for a short period of time. And the extra deck really just is what it is. Can't do too much with it. I actually may be able to summon this in very specific circumstances, so that's not terrible. Same thing for this guy. Some of these links I could possibly do. I could do this link for sure. And we could do Lightning Warrior. We do have enough tuners that it could theoretically come up. Anyways, I just talked about the deck for far too long. Let's hop into a duel or two, get a feel for the deck, and maybe we can snag a win, which would be cool. And if we don't, whatever. And we will end out this account, or end out this episode, which I'll probably do double recording tonight, just because episode 1's always super long and super talkative, going through the deck, profile, and stuff like that. So we can jump into another one that's going to be way more action-based. I'm also going to attempt and try to do, what's it called? A live stream with this series every once in a while. So look out for those. If I do happen to do a live stream, then I would just basically make a video in which I would compile all of the wins in it and any type of pack opening that take place. Alright, so first thoughts on the hand, awful. No, it's not terrible. We're never beating Blue Eyes. But Megalo Smasher is just a fantastic card. We want to see this card as much as humanly possible. This isn't great, but it's something. It brings over to the opponent's side of the field, which gives us a free attack over. I guess it's better than nothing. Boombox early on can also be extremely good for the double attacking, which there are sometimes it would almost be a consideration going with this maybe over Megalo Smasher. Like, there are some instances in which I would consider that to be the case. You can kind of see like some idea in the deck, maybe, if you just find more cards that let you play into the potential play style. Like, I have like some level 2 related stuff, or some like normal card related stuff that's like, okay, you can see we have a good chance of making just decent attackers, which is always nice. I actually don't love my situation here. I would, just because this can just make my attack go 0 anyways, there's really no point in committing too heavy to the board. Plus, this gives me the option to bring it over to the opponent next turn for bigger damage. Yeah. I don't care. And we say your move, Omi. I mean, like, it's not terrible, right? And I honestly, I love the series. Love this type of gameplay. It's a ton of fun. Just kind of going back to basics, if that makes sense. In which, if you don't really, this might also be another masochist deck where we're going up against, which is kind of funny. This is definitely a masochist deck if I've ever seen one. Because I'm not the best at this game, go figure, it is a lot of fun. Oh, see, we're about to see some things go down here. Bashing Shield is absolutely crazy. I think this is a legacy pack card. What can a backup secretary? Okay, well. Getting more of this card would honestly be the craziest thing that this deck could do, like, by far. Now, they have to tribute this. Now, is it the attacking monster? So, outplayed in that regard. Because either you're going to lose it and you're still going to take 700 more points of damage, or you keep the 700 life points. So, honestly, this is crazy. This didn't look good to start by any means. I am very happy with the results right at 4 now. Now, going up against a real deck, this wouldn't stand at all. Going up against what seems to be another variation of a masochist deck, this very clearly stands out. And I'm having a ton of fun. It does make you curious of what the back row could possibly be. Also, technically speaking right now, with how the board is, I could... No, that's not true. I'd say I could make, what's his head? The Lightning Warrior. But that's only a Plague Failure with a level 1. Which I thought he was for a second there. What is that? There is a level 1 Zombie Tuner. Is that Glow Up Bulb? Threatening Roar. Yeah. Yeah, that does make sense to do here. Okay. We'll just say your move. So we got the Threatening Roar out of the way, which is nice. I don't know what... We are, like, really just in a good winning position. Really don't know if we win. There's much more we can do. Wow, this card is crazy. Backup Supervisor just gets the Backup Secretary, which I had no idea about, and I totally should have. Wild, by the way, that we happened to get both cards. And I'm pretty sure they were both in the exact same pack, too. So, immediately makes them just better. Just good stuff. We will set the Melfi Ratty and go to battle. Do hate to have to attack with the little guy, but if we want to, like, win, if we want to win this turn, you kind of have to attack with him and hope for the best. I'm not quite sure what's going on with their deck, because you see, like, Blue Eye stuff. There's the Threatening Roar. That sucks. Oh, he did it too late? He did it on attack declaration, so I can't make the second attack, but I could make the first attack. Okay. Well, clearly I'm in a very dominating position, which is amazing to do so early on, and especially in episode 1 where you usually see, like, a lot of struggling. But infinite impermanence? Why? Because you have it? It's for 1 turn. It's not like it's in a permanent effect. And still doesn't deal with everything else on the board. Whatever. Literally just because I can. we're going to see this guy come down. And the man, the myth, the legend, Morphtronic Boombox, baby. What a unit of a start. Holy cow. I'm baffed at this type of a start. Alright, this does get us to another pack, which I'm going to be doing one of the new secret packs. And if I can, I will open up 2 legacy packs, but if it doesn't allow me to do 2, I will just, I'll pass on it for a little bit. I don't want to, like, have too much going on to start. So, I will allow some level of chilling out. Okay. Let's go to the shop. Let's go to packs. We will scroll down. The pack I'm going to start with, I believe, is... What is this one? It doesn't matter. Like, none of it's going to, like, overly synergize with the deck, so I could really go with any of them. But, big fan of the shark stuff. So I do want to open up this one first. Upgrade to a UR. That's crazy. Wait a minute. Alright, let it be a royal rare shark. That lets me get into any of these shark packs. And that would be really cool. You know what? Tri-Brigade Fractal is really good. Especially for... I wouldn't say like especially for my deck per se, but I do have enough targets for him that it wouldn't be terrible for my deck. Valiant Shark Lancer is honestly a really good one. And C73 Abyss Super Splash is also not bad. They're going to be they're going to be pretty difficult to summon, but it is nice to have them. Also, if Supra was a royal rare there, then I definitely would have opened up both packs. Okay, so you can only do 10 at a time. In that case, I will just be waiting for a little bit longer before I do those. Like I said, probably around like the 5th win, then I will do it. But I don't want to go too heavy to start. I'm going to take a minute. We're going to upgrade the deck. We're going to do one more duel, and then we're going to come back. I don't even know why I left. I'm back. So we added in the extra deck monsters. They don't do anything for us, but we did add them in. And we added in Fractal. And we took out the girl who tributes herself to the normal monsters, the Lamnet. We took her out. Lowest body right now, or one of the lowest bodies that we have right now. And honestly, not a very useful effect. So it is probably one of the better ones for us to get rid of. And yeah, so now that we have the deck upgraded, let's take a look at one more duel, see how well we do, and we'll end out the episode. And we will take a look. We'll do episode 2 here afterwards, or I'll record it. I'm hoping to do maybe one of these a week. 1 or 2 of these a week would be ideal. And I'm hoping to have this one up maybe by Monday. There really should be, in theory, no reason why I couldn't get these up so much faster, because I don't really do any editing. It's just I don't want to sit down and do the editing. But if I want to do this whole YouTube thing, I need to suck it up. What are we looking at here? A different hand, for sure. So we kind of are seeing different parts of the deck. Like to see the Speedroid, I think, again, just because it kind of gives a little bit of like additional protection early on. Nothing crazy, but just a little bit extra more is nice. Cliff is here. We like Cliff. He's cool. Hi, Cliff. I would love to actually get some more Naturia stuff. If we find more Naturia stuff and can put it inside the deck, I would do it. Even though Cliff can miss timing. Oh, I'm never beating Toon. I will also just cancel on doing games. If it's early on, doesn't feel like I'm going to win at all, I will just like leave. But I'll give it at least 1 turn. And like I said, I am counting any win as a win. There is no mercy in this challenge. So any type of free glimpse of hope I get, I'm taking it. And that does mean lost connection. I don't care. I'm taking it. Not a great start for our player here. But I can't do anything about it. I don't have anything. I need to draw something big enough or that lets me get big enough. interesting enough getting this card. Yeah. I didn't realize how she's a beefy one. Whoa. She's a 19. That's amazing. That's sad, by the way, that this is what I'm dictating as really good. But this with the equip, a 2900 beater, it's ridiculous. I need to get 3 of those equips. If I get 3 of those equips, this immediately brings up the power of the deck like crazy. It also gives me good opportunity to drop off just lower attack monsters. So I'm more likely to see higher attack monsters and higher to see those equips. I'd be really sad. Also, would love to see, honestly, more extra deck, or like more like synchros, just because just more generic synchros, just because my deck feels like it can do so much more with synchro based plays than almost anything else as of right now, because of the level of tuners that I have. I have what, 2 or 3 tuners at, and some of them at like different levels, which opens up a lot of possibilities, which is really nice. Yeah, this is fine. It kind of sucks. Sorry, I'm at my apartment alone with all the lights off, by the way. And I just heard some weird noise. It's coming from outside, but it just threw me off for a second there. It does suck to lose the trap. Not the biggest deal in the world, though. It would be nice because that trap actually does set up for 2 tribute summon, which does make it nice for the boy. What are you going to do? So I think going forward, now that we see the deck, going forward, the best things that we want to look for, as in, like, not like, obviously, we want to see things like card destruction, interruption, stuff like that. But really, what I think we want to see the Wing Beast, Beast Warrior type support would be like the big things that we want to see from the deck, or from our pulls, because we do have enough stuff in that category. Probably more specifically would be either Tri-Brigade or Melfi would be like the top 2, or like the forest, like the Vernisylph, like all like that, the mystical forest related guys. Those 3 would probably be the best stuff we'd want to see for the category. And anything that causes good attack manipulation, whether it's based off of equips or other things, would also be something that we would really would like to see. And more tuners, more generic synchros, or things that could help us out with better Xyz plays, and ways to tribute better, which I know going down the list, it all sounds like a lot. It's really not, though. It does sound like a lot, but because it's a lot, there's so much that can meet the requirements, which is nice. Toon Kingdom here does suck, but it means that they have to constantly just be banishing cards out of their deck, which also means that they be getting rid of a lot of good cards from their deck, which is fine by me. This is like the worst Toon deck I've seen so far, which I don't know if it's not saying much because Toons, but most of the time I see a Toon deck and I'm staring down a Blackluster Soldier, a Dark Magician, and like a Dark Magician Girl turn 1. Like, plus this stupid Kingdom. Like, I feel like that's always the situation here. So the fact that they've only set up 4 defense position monsters, and they have now slowly been banishing several cards off the top of their deck, doesn't bother me. Now, I don't think they actually have anything that's really worth it for me to play anything else into it, which kind of sucks. I would like to draw into something else that's another higher attack position or a higher attack monster. They must have some type of Xyz monsters, right? Or they can attack directly. They will start taking some damage, though. Even though they can protect their guys, they will start taking damage, which is nice. So there would be a consideration to try and tribute into the big guy just so they take more damage. But I'm probably going to end up taking more damage in the long run than what I could dish back as of right now, which does suck. That is nice. The self-burn on the attack is really big. So we're on like a 2-turn clock or something like that, unless I can figure something out here. You're going to constantly protect with the Kingdom. Wow. Not seeing anything overly worth it. Alright, we're just gonna attack with Glyph. Put 200. Attack with Harpy Lady. I also don't think I would mind seeing more Harpy stuff. Possibly. Yeah, we're not in a great position here with everything going on. We will end up losing this one, which does suck unless they've had a lot of connection stuff. So unless they disconnect, which would be crazy of a win for us if they did. But other than that, we're not looking too hot here because they can do 27, 4,000 on board right now, which isn't good. And I've got no way to protect against this. I have no way to destroy the kingdom. I've got nothing. So I can do a measly, 800 damage again next turn. It's not looking good. Maybe more than that, but we're looking at about that much. We could tribute summon into the other guy. We could hit a little bit harder. We could do like 2,000 points of damage or something like that. But it won't matter. I'll still play it out. I'll still end the episode here. Might as well give the Toon player their win. I could get lucky still and they could disconnect. I still count it as a win even though they're beating me to death. But it's not my fault that you're having connection problems. Okay? Oh, I'll leave with 13. Oh, yeah. And okay. I've got no destruction. I have no disruption from attack. Getting generic cards I would love to see. I lost by a Toon burn. Whatever. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to check out more of my Masochist series content. And if you do not enjoy this type of content, then you will see plenty of other stuff on my channels, such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, and other TCG-related card game pack openings. You will see some sports card openings, and eventually you'll be seeing content on selling on TCG Player. So there's a lot of content on this channel for you guys to enjoy. Just please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know down below in the comment section about what you thought about this video specifically, this series, or other content, and let me know what you want to see me make. Alright, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in another episode here soon.